Can I also just tell you, ladies, real quick before we get started, I was working on the grade two English Smart, and I struggled with a few of the instructions. I was like,
You should see me
took me
read
a minute.
Amelie's word problems. I'm like, okay, there's
Yeah.
5 cows chewing on 3 pieces of grass, and then I'm like, what the hell? This is fucking great.
Welcome to Talk Like a Mother Parenting Autism Podcast. We are Jen, Kim, Rachel, and Jaime. Take a seat at our table as we share with hope, humor, and honesty.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're starting off series 27. I'm seated here tonight with Jen and Jaime, and we're going to be talking about all things fall. Rachel had a family emergency pop up last minute. We're going to send some thoughts and prayers out to her tonight, and she'll be back next week. So fall is in full swing. Started a little earlier for Jaime as far as kids going back to school, not the actual start of the season.
Still high, yeah.
Also, that
I was like,
also
I
did start-
decorated first.
Also, that did start a little early because she is always waiting for fall to begin. She loves fall. So we're just gonna start talking about the transition from summer into fall and how that's going for everybody. Some of us have kids. My daughter's in school year round, so we don't really have the school transition, but we still have the season transition, which is kind of just starting for us here. How is everything going with you guys getting back to school and all that, James?
It's been okay. Jesse's had a little bumpy start. I think I talked about this before he went into summer, but his autism teacher that he's had for the last 3 years decided to leave. So that was kind of a big bummer just because we were so used to her. She was used to us. Jess was used to her, obviously, which was the most important part. And she just kind of knew how he ticked in certain ways. So far it's been like a little different so far this year. I don't feel like the new teacher's quite as communicative, and I think when we have like our first parent teacher conference, we'll obviously like address some of this stuff, but also like I'm not being pushy or anything like that. She's coming into a new school, a new group of kids, and it's a hard job teaching the autism class because you have to obviously do the IEPs, all this kind of stuff, but also kids are all different ages, grade levels, so she's like managing all that. So I don't want to be like crazy mom like, hi, what are you doing? So definitely letting her like figure it out. But Jesse's had a little bit of a bumpy start. But that's okay. And then Amelie's doing great. She's just learning so fast and thriving, which is awesome.
Can we tell everybody about Amelie, please?
Girl
I
gets
laugh so
more
freaking
action than
hard.
me.
Okay, so Amelie's had this
Yes.
little boyfriend. So they met in preschool. He was in her second year of preschool, but he's a year younger than her. He told the preschool teacher, who told me like towards the end of that Amelie's second year, final year of preschool, that he had a crush on Amelie and whatever. And I think right before school ended that year, or maybe when it started, when she was in kindergarten, he was still in preschool, he declared that they were boyfriend and girlfriend, and Amelie declared it as well. And so all they would do every day, because they weren't in the same grade even anymore, is she would go see him after school and her old preschool teacher, because of like the preschool came out right in front of the school, and she would hug him, and that was it. They wouldn't even really talk to each other, very serious relationship. But this relationship has gone on like a year and a half. She's
Telling
beat
ya.
the record for the
Solid.
for the last while. Just kidding. But so today we're in the car and we're talking about school, and she said that she saw him and some other friends. Oh, I should say this. So over the summer, she went to like a STEM day camp during the week, and he was there. So she got to see him there. And then he came to her birthday party, and it was cute. We had it at like this jumpy place. They're holding hands, they're running around. Last Valentine's Day, she bought him a gift, and she took it to him at his class because they're in separate classes, because he's a younger man. She's a cougar. And so anyway, today we're in the car, and she told me that she saw him at school, and I was like, oh, are you guys still together? I can't exactly how I phrase it. I'm really careful because I'm not trying to like push this or make anything weird or embarrass her, but it's also like she goes, oh, he cheated on me.
Dead.
And I'm like, what? I'm like, and I was like, how do you even know what the word cheated means? She has been watching a lot of Descendants, but the second grade girl, so he's in kindergarten now, Amelie's in first, a second grader girl who was at summer camp with them, knows them, and Amelie ran into her, and she knows him as well, and she told Amelie that he cheated on her. And I was like, how'd he cheat? Did he hold another girl's hand? Did he say another girl's his girlfriend? And she goes, I don't know, but he never loved me.
Oh my God, I can't.
He's like,
I
if he
can't.
cheated on me, that means he never loved me. I was like, well, I don't think you guys loved each other.
Like to point out.
I'm driving in the car and I'm just like dying inside. And I was like, and I even said to her, I was gonna please record you and tell the ladies. And she said, no. She's like, how do they even know I have a boyfriend? And I was like, you've told them. Anyway, all of a sudden I'm talking to like a 17-year-old girl, and I go, well, does he know all this? Does he know that you know that he cheated on you and that you aren't boyfriend girlfriend? She's like, I don't know. Doesn't matter. He never loved me. He cheated on me. She's
Dead.
not phased, not heartbroken at all over this, because obviously it was a very serious relationship. But I was dying. And I was like, well, maybe you want to just ask him if he knows this. And she goes, I don't know. And I go, what if that girl's lying? And she goes, Mom, she's a second grader. Second graders wouldn't lie.
Get it together, Mom. Okay.
Me and Lexi were dying because it reminds me so much of Lexi. I remember her being in first grade and she'd be like, oh, I have a boyfriend. This is his name. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I have this boyfriend. This is his name. And then I go, oh, what about this one? And she goes, yeah, we broke up. And I was like, oh, does he know? She goes, I don't know. And then I was like, well, how did he know he was your boyfriend? She goes, because I liked him. And I'm like, oh, so he didn't know he was your
Because
boyfriend.
I told
And he
him.
also didn't know that you guys broke up.
I don't think this boy knows. I don't think he knows he cheated on her. I don't think he knows they broke up. And I don't think he knows that he never loved her. But it's pretty serious, you guys. But I was just dying. And it's
Yeah.
also so cute how she like doesn't. I was like, power to you, girl. Bye.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
cheat on me. I still do not think she at all understands what the word cheat means, but whatever.
So funny.
The
So
drama.
funny. She gets more action than me.
That's
It's
my
so
fault.
She's gonna have
funny.
more dates than me this year. Gotta get some tips from Emily.
You
And
just
then
can't
Jen,
care. I think that's the attitude. You just can't care, Jen.
Just don't care.
you guys are doing a little, Kai's not back at school, but you guys are doing something a little different than you did over the summer, correct?
Yeah, I am actually homeschooling her. We did homeschool today, actually. But we're doing a lot of like life skills. I'm showing you like, I know people can't see, but we have workbooks that we do. And today we did one page. We're easing into it, okay? And that was actually her. So she's a virtual teacher. She never sees her, but she's amazing. She's great. Yeah, so we're doing homeschool, and we started back at occupational therapy yesterday, and she starts back with speech therapy on September 30th. So I'm really excited about that. So trying to fill her days, and we are going to go check out a teen tween social hour afternoon thing on Friday. Not this Friday though, because I already bought us tickets to go see the new movie, that robot movie, the little robot.
Oh, Wild Robot.
The Wild Robot. Yeah, we're going to the 6:30 movie, and then we're going out for dinner. So
Oh, that's fun.
yeah,
Fun.
yeah. So that's what we're doing for school this year. So
So
Yeah.
obviously we don't have a school transition because Alyssa is in, I mean, technically she's not even in school. She's technically in what they call basically a day program, but we call it school. That's what she understands.
Yeah.
And she's in year round. So although we did have a little transition because she actually got sick, she was actually pretty sick, sicker than I've seen her in a long time, for almost 2 weeks. So I guess I'm lying. I guess she did have a transition back in the fall. But it wasn't because she was on summer break.
She
It
was
was
really sick.
because she was sick. And she had a fever and a cough and a runny nose, and she very rarely gets a fever. And then it was like this thing of trying to get medicine in her. She is on anxiety medication, and that's been going pretty well. But then they put her on an antibiotic, and then we were also trying to get like Tylenol and Motrin in her because it made a huge difference on how she felt. It was like if you got it in her, it was like magic. Like one day I'm like, oh my God, she literally just came to life. Like she was like, I'm not even kidding. Like she was half dead on the couch, and she wasn't really eating. She was barely drinking. which was not helping her get any better. And then we got to dinner one day, and then all of a sudden she pops up. She takes all her stuffed animals. She's got Tai, she's got the fox, she's got Minnie, all of them. They're all on the couch and they're all like playing together. And like she's just like, verbalizing. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like she came back to life. But when we took her to the doctor, she didn't have COVID, she didn't have the flu, and she did not have strep. So they just gave her like a Z-Pack, and they said, oh, maybe it's tonsillitis, but we couldn't get, and we can almost
Couldn't
can't get one.
swab.
We
Yeah.
can almost can't. Well, no, she did let them. She let them do. She
Oh,
did
she
good.
did.
Yeah. The only thing she had a really hard time was the blood pressure, but you know how it goes so tight, those like
Yeah.
electric ones. That's like she's a little bigger, so like they really squeeze you hard. So she, I'm like, well, she's gonna. Her blood pressure is gonna be through the roof if you like keep trying to do this. And they stopped. I didn't even have to tell them to. And they were like, yeah, it looks like it could be tonsillitis. We're like, we're just gonna give her a Z-Pack, but like you can't even get one thing in her because we have to like crush it and hide it. So it's like, and she wasn't eating. She was only taking like 1 or 2 bites and then she was done. So then we're like, maybe we'll try to put it in her food, but it's just she was examining everything and she just was like hyper alert. It was
She
terrible.
does not trust you guys. She's like, what are they putting in
I
my
know. Well, and then I could tell her levels were starting to drop because all of a sudden she was just crying, like bawling, tears streaming down her face. And I'm like, what is wrong? I'm already like so nervous when she's sick because she can't tell you anything. Like if there's something underlying going on, if it's not that she's sick, and my husband's like, she's just sick, she's fine. But like my head is like, what if it's an infection? What if it's some underlying issue that's happening and she can't come out and be like, hey mom, I feel really weird or something's not right. Like you just have to kind of watch. And sometimes when you're sick, you look terrible. So it's like not like the easiest thing to do. But she did slowly get better, but also her not eating. And then her sleep was completely flipped because she has to get up every 5 minutes to spit and then every 8 minutes to blow her nose. And it's just nonstop. It's just, oh, and I didn't sleep for like 10 days, I think.
That's so hard for
But
me.
and then she did start getting better, but then all of a sudden was like crying, and I'm like, is something wrong? I'm always so nervous, and I'm like, what could it be? And then I'm laying in bed, I'm like, oh, it's her, because some days we got the anxiety medicine, and sometimes we did. Sometimes we got like a little bit in because she didn't finish the drink or whatever it was, so we weren't sure exactly what she got in. I'm like, her levels are dropping. That's what it is, and it just sucks. It's like she doesn't even know she's on medicine. So it's not like she can be like,
Yeah.
oh, I missed a couple doses. This is why I feel that way. So she doesn't understand what's happening to her. Like, but then we were just like, you know what? We're gonna just get that back in her. At least that will help her cope. And if we see any more signs of like a fever came back or nothing like that happened. So we just kind of, and she had like a cough. She still has the cough, but she's doing better. And then she went back to school. She was so happy to get back to school, but now her days and nights are mixed up. So we're trying to just get that back flipped. So
Sure.
I guess technically we did have a transition back.
Yeah. She gave you one. You're welcome.
And it's funny because it was raining the other day. So it's like she took the van. It's the first time in months that she's taken the van. And I'm like, we don't have a jacket. It's kind of getting not cold. Like she's fine to not have a jacket, but like she's gonna need one pretty soon. And she tore her last jacket to shreds because that's what she likes to do, I guess, to things. And I'm like, oh, I gotta buy her another one. So I'm showing her on Amazon, and like she kind of picked one. And then we go outside and she stands by the van, and I can tell that she wants to go in and get her jacket, but she doesn't have a jacket because she ripped it to shreds with her bare hands. And autism. She reaches in my pocket, grabs my phone, goes onto Amazon and like hands it to me. Like it's like she's like, get me a jacket. But she doesn't really understand. Like she doesn't get fixated the way you guys as kids do. If she's like, oh, where is it? Where is it? Like I don't know if she expects it to instantly appear or what she expects. But she's like, get me a jacket. But I thought that was pretty smart of her anyways.
Yeah.
But so that's that. We have not done any fall activities yet. I don't know about you guys.
We are gonna go this weekend to the pumpkin patch, I believe. That's the plan. That could change, but we do we got our Halloween costumes a couple weeks ago, which is like kind of nice to have that out of the way. And it's like you gotta get them early, or like they're sold out, or your kids want the most obscure thing. So we have that, but it's still like hot here. We had one kind of cool down weekend, and now it's been warm. And then I'm going to Florida, so I'm not gonna feel the fall there. But we're going to visit my parents who are down there. So yeah, nothing crazy fall yet, but we are preparing. I put out the fall decor. I need to put out the Halloween decor on top of the fall. The fall decor is 1 tub. The Halloween decor is 3 tubs. So it's a commitment.
She's excited for the pumpkin patch. Me, not so much, but she's excited. And my fall decor is out, but October when I'm putting out Halloween, and I'm really excited.
My husband always makes fun because we go to this pumpkin patch every year. It's this big farm and they have all this stuff. And he always makes fun because I do not enjoy it. It's hot. I like getting cool pumpkins. They have like the cool, like fun, because I grow the pumpkins there, obviously, but like
Nope, don't even like that.
pumpkins. But I'm allergic to like dust and hay and farm animals. Like I'm just like on a ton of allergy drugs. It's always hot when we go. He
So
always
many people.
Yeah, I'm like a fall person. I love fall. I love that stuff, but I am not my best self at the pumpkin patch. And he always makes fun of me for it. He's like, okay, Miss Fall.
Yeah, I'm with
That's
you on
funny.
that.
Jen, did you tell us about your Halloween stuff coming up?
Oh, well, Kaya, this is the first year she's ever asked me to dress up with her, which she's adamant that we dress up. Said, well, what do you want to be? And she was flipping back and forth between Princess Leia and Padme, the mother, which I don't know if you've seen her, but I do not have Padme's body. I am not
Padme.
6 feet. That one with the long burgundy trench thing, which I don't know how it ever fit me with the white suit. Anyway, thank God we got.
Is played by Natalie Portman.
Yeah, thank God we've gone past that. Now we've moved over to Minecraft and we're set on that. So she's Alex from Minecraft. So we got her costume. And I'm Steve. And I was telling the ladies today, it was supposed to come at 8 p.m. Didn't arrive yet. Now it says hopefully by October 1st. I'm kind of freaking out because we had this countdown. I ordered this like a month ago. And for whatever reason, the Steve costume took forever. Kaya's came the next day. Crazy.
Freaking
It was
Steve.
also 4 times as much as the price of hers.
We are gonna do a live with Jen in the costume though.
Oh my God, it's the big blow up
1000%.
one. You ever see those people that walk around, they have the big blow up? It's a big blow up, or like the big, the big mask.
Remember Jess? I mean,
We
Jess
should do a
5
Halloween
foot
live. Remember when we were gonna do a Halloween live like 2 or 3 years ago? I bought the freaking shirt and everything.
Oh my God.
We never did it. I bought a Harley Quinn shirt.
Oh yeah. So anyway, that's who I'm gonna be
I'll
freaking
do it.
Steve. That thing better come. So yeah, so that's what we're doing.
So
And I'm
fun.
excited because she doesn't eat candy. And so I get all her candy. And I got her a really cute Halloween bucket and it like lights up on the handle. So excited. Yeah. I can't wait for candy.
Exciting.
I know.
I just tell you that I've been lesson planning, and one of my things is what we're doing at homeschool is we're in life skills. So we got this kit of like some money things, and it's so cool. So we have coins in Canada. We don't have dollar bills or $2 bills. We have a toonie, this is $2, a loonie, which is $1. So these are like fake coins, obviously. And then look at this, you guys. This is so fun for any homeschool people to be listening, which I don't know if there's any, but if there is, $100 bill, $50 bill. So it's like money. It like looks just like our money. And obviously it says play money on the back, but
That's
I'm
cool.
lesson planning. Isn't this cool? I couldn't be a teacher, by the way, either. So
Well,
hats
you are
off
now.
to teachers. Shout out to teachers.
you're trying.
I'm trying. I'm definitely not a teacher though. This is cool though.
Yeah, so Alyssa doesn't allow fall decorating. I did do some at the daycare, but I'm not allowed to do them here. Because she doesn't like anything different or change, and I was not about to set her off when she wasn't feeling good. So I still have the decorations from the gender reveal though.
Gender
my
reveal
table.
from what, Kimmy?
Yes, so my son and his wife are having a baby girl. It's still pretty early, not until March, but yeah, so that's exciting. That's some fun fall news.
Kimmy's gonna be a grandma.
And they did a really cute announcement that says, something, are you ready to fall in love? It was really cute.
Oh, what did they do for the reveal? Do they do a cake? Do they do balloons?
They did those poppers. Remember,
Oh,
did
yeah.
I send you the video?
Oh
And,
yeah, right. And it was they were
with the
pink.
confetti. Yeah, and it was just us, and it was nice. It was cute. My son wanted a boy, but it's a girl.
Robin.
Jasmine is excited. We're excited. We're all happy.
That was so exciting.
Kimmy is
we got
very
our-
excited. She's really downplaying this. She's
Yes,
like, my
yes.
baby.
Yes.
She's telling us.
I'm cautiously excited. I like to wait. I'm dying to buy things, but I like to wait a little longer.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
exciting though.
I
so
know. So
exciting.
she's 16 weeks now. So she's
How do you think Alyssa will be around the baby?
I think she'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a funny story about that. So, as you guys know, we have a guest in our home, in
Mhm.
our large mansion here. And Alyssa coped actually very well, very surprising, because she don't even let Lexi sit on the couch, never mind somebody
Because it's like,
sleeping
it
on the
can't be her
couch.
sister. It can't be
It's a
her sister.
family,
Can't be
yeah,
our sister.
family member. My son and his wife and their dog are gonna be coming to stay for a while because their rent has like doubled in the past 3 years. So they're gonna
It's insane.
try to come and save our house and all that. So I don't really know how to prepare Alyssa for that because she's just not gonna understand. I just kind of nonchalantly just be like, "Oh, Neil's gonna come," and she goes, "No," and I go, "And Jasmine?" She goes, "No," and I go, "And the dog?" And then she does a real nasty like, "No,"
No.
and I was like, "In the baby?" And she goes, "No." And I go, "Yeah," because I've been talking to her about the baby here and there. I was like, "Yeah, remember you're gonna take care of the baby. You're gonna," she loves to like, if she just loves to help change diapers, she loves to like roll it up and like throw it away and whatever. And I was like, "You're gonna help change diapers?" And then she's like kind of looking at me like almost like she wants to say yeah. And then she goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh, yep, see?" And then the next day she comes out of my room and she looks at me and she has a pointy finger up and I thought she said baby. And I go, "What did you say, baby?" And she says baby. And I go, "Baby?" Because it's hard to understand. She's not like 100% clear. And she just is pointing. And I go, "Did you say baby?" And she goes, "Yeah." And she signed yes. And I go, "Show me." So she goes in my room. Now, up in my room, that these have been here since last November. There's two baby dolls that I like ordered the same thing on Amazon without realizing it. So I was like, you know what? I'll just keep, they're like 8.99. They're just like these little water babies. And she wanted the baby. I gave her the baby. She took it out of the box. She's giving the baby the binky. She
Oh,
took
that's so cute.
her little fox and she's wrapping the fox's arm around the baby. It's like,
So cute.
but she makes connections. Like
Mhm.
she
Awesome.
understands. We talked about it, and then she did this, and this is not a coincidence. Like so, that was pretty cute. We'll see how she actually.
Let's hope that baby's as quiet as that one she's holding.
I don't think she'll mind the baby. Like she's been around babies before. It's the people in the things. She doesn't not
Yeah,
like
that's
things
right.
that she deems to not belong. That's what's going to be hard for her. Then them coming here, different stuff being here. Like I mean, they're going to be downstairs, but still, it's. I'm sure there's going to be something or other that's going to be. And when the baby stuff starts coming, she's probably not going to be a fan.
Yeah.
Although with the medicine, I feel like she is coping better. She still gets upset, but she kind of can get over the hump a little easier.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know.
A lot of
And
change
I
coming.
also, well, maybe it's not 100%. I may have a trip coming on the horizon this fall.
She's
I
following
just,
me.
I'm following Jamie. I talked earlier to the girls and I was like, yeah, oh my God, Jamie, I think we're going to be in Florida at the same time. And she goes, "Oh, did I know this?" And I go, "No, I just decided today." And I didn't even tell Neil yet. Although
Poor
I
Neil.
was,
Poor Neil.
I won't get into the store details, but I was shunned from a family gathering that's coming up, and I was very upset about it. Lots of family drama, but I mean, unknown to me though. I'm not exactly sure what the family drama is. I'm just excluded,
She's part of it for she does.
and I don't really know why, but I mean, whatever. So I was a little upset. My feelings were a little hurt. And then Neil, he hates when I'm upset. And I was like, well, I need to go on a trip during this event so I don't think about it and I'm just happy and having fun. And he's like, okay, book something. But in reality, we cannot do that because it's the weekend before my son is coming here and have so much to do. So Neil can't just like take off on a trip. I mean, I could,
I
but
was
he
gonna say you
can't.
could.
So then I found something for the following month and I was like, well, what if we do this instead? And he's like, and I'm like, the flights are ridiculously cheap. I think like going there is like $78, like, and coming home is like 89. It's like, it's so cheap. He didn't say no. And I go, well, I just put it out into the universe and then it will happen.
I just demand it.
We're going on a trip.
He said I could go on a trip.
We're going to Arizona.
Yeah, look at us. We're fall travelers.
I know.
Yes.
And well, we go away every summer usually. Well, we do. We did Minnesota last summer, and she wanted to go to Arizona this summer. But I thought, well, maybe I'll take her for her birthday. That would be fun. Because really, who the wants to go to Arizona in August?
Beep.
Not me.
Also, you might be going on, maybe she'll be going to Texas in the spring.
And she's going to Texas in the spring. Yeah, so looking at flights now, I can't believe how cheap flights are.
Yeah,
But then,
my tickets were
when
not
you
cheap.
fancy it all up, it was like
What is it?
$3,400. So that's really not that cheap.
3,400? Yeah,
Well, that's
ours are like
first class.
I think
Yeah,
ours are
she's good.
220 round trip.
My
Each.
ass was in the back of the plane. I'm touching the back wall. But you know what? Close to the bathroom. So close to the
Also-
extra snacks. Hey, can I just get some extra snacks while you're
I
back there?
told Neil we could even save more money if he didn't want to sit with me.
Well, that's like, so this trip, so we went obviously to Disneyland. We went to California, Universal, all that stuff over the summer. But so my parents are on like a church mission in Florida, and it ends at the end of November. And they really want us to come out because they're like kind of helping run a camp that like families can use or youth from the church can use. And so they want us to come out and see the camp and see them and stuff because my kids have known, this is the longest I think I've ever gone without seeing my parents. And then my kids grew up around my parents all the time. So they really miss my kids and stuff. My mom really wanted us to come out, so we're going, but I think my husband's a little frustrated. Like he's excited to see them too. My husband loves my parents, but because we just did that California trip, I was trying to think about just me taking the kids, and I was like, I don't know. And then I thought about having my mother-in-law come with me. And then I was like, well, maybe one of my sisters could fly out with me, like all this stuff. And he's like, I'll just come to but like it is definitely like me inching in more things and like adding more money that we're gonna like, well, we're down there and my sister works for Disney, so we're gonna go to Disney. Like, I don't even think Jesse could fathom us going to that airport and not going. He thinks that airport is an extension of Disney. He'd be like,
Well,
oh,
that's what I said to you. Would he even understand going there and not going to Disney?
and then
right?
we're gonna do a Universal day because we have a friend that works at Universal, so we get like pretty discounted tickets. So I'm like, this is all this, but we are house hopping. So we're gonna stay at my brother's house a couple nights, then we're gonna stay at my parents' camp in like a little house thing. I'm not camping, believe me. And then my sister lives closer to Disney, so when we do Disney, we're gonna kind of stay at her house and be with them. But it's nice because I'll see all my nieces and nephews. I love my nieces and nephews. I've been like at least when they were younger, like helped take care of almost all my nieces and nephews. And so I'm excited to do all that, but it is just like a bonus trip this year that my husband was not mentally prepared for. It's fall,
Yeah.
y'all.
It's fall, y'all. I do
Yeah,
love
is it-
fall, but I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia. So fall here is rain. So people always ask about our
my
weather.
favorite season is summer.
Oh, my favorite is
Oh.
fall. I freaking love fall. I love leggings and long sweaters. I freaking love a long sweater and an Ugg boot.
It goes fall, then spring is second best.
Mm-hmm.
Winter, except for
then-
here we get like a 3-week to 4-week stretch of super cold, usually in February or maybe late January. That sucks.
I don't
And-
mind the cold. I just can't drive in the snow.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've grown up driving in the snow, but like now that I don't do it as much, I'm not as good. And other people piss me off in the snow more than anything.
And Kimmy, you get tons of snow.
Well, we didn't barely get any last year.
Last year, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we
Yeah, but
actually have.
it gets cold there. Like, even though the temperature is like either the same as here or a little more, you guys get that humidity that makes you feel like you're like so cold.
I don't
So
know.
I grew up in Michigan. I
feel-
do know
I
cold
feel it's
winters.
weird
but-
because like when we compare temperatures, it's like surprising that like a lot of times I'm not the coldest, which surprises me.
Yeah, but even so, like I'll be down in Florida, so like 50 degrees here is like chilly cold. But I go visit my sister in Florida, and 50 degrees there, it's like freezing because of the humidity in the like.
the
I just feel
humidity,
it more, I think, even though it's the same temperature, it's something about that humidity that makes you feel it more. But we're all gonna go to Boston or to Mass one day to go see Salem, but not in the fall because that biatch gets so crazy. We're gonna meet up in spring or summer and go to we witches, and we're all dressing like witches, and you're gonna like it, you bitches.
Oh, so I can just dress up my
all
everyday
black.
wear.
I'm good with all black, James.
Yeah,
Great with all
If
black.
you're wearing hats, I'm buying you witch hats.
I will
I
wear
de-
witch hats.
I definitely like some of the best is my favorite. I love the summer. I don't know, spring and fall.
God, I love a
I want to
long
go with
sweater.
spring because my favorite thing in the world happens in spring, which is when we do something to the clocks. I'm not really sure if they go forward or back. They spring forward. They go forward.
But
Huh?
one of those things.
Oh,
Oh, the birth of my three of my children happened in also the spring. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the spring. Summer, spring, fall, and winter is for the birds. No, thank you. I could do without it forever.
but don't you
Except
like
I do
being
love
cozy
Christmas.
in the fall and winter, just like cozying up on our blanket, watching a movie,
Do you
walking
not love
I mean,
like
I
a
can be cozy in the
cardigan or a
summer when the
long
AC's
sweater?
on, watching the
wearing
blanket.
tights and scarves?
I don't
Oh,
know
I
what I just
love
said.
it.
I
Everyone
just said
looks better. Everyone looks better
no. First of
in
all,
the summer. You put on more
I
clothing.
don't wear freaking scarves. Are you kidding? Do you know me? I don't wear hats.
But the
No,
fall colors, like the trees change,
And
and
the
no, I do like
smell,
that. I do
the
like
beautiful
that.
smell of dead leaves.
I love it. I love
I
it so
love
much.
it.
I love
No,
it so much.
I said I like the fall. I don't like the winter. It's too cold.
I know, but fall should be your favorite. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean,
No, summer is my favorite.
I freaking hate summer. I hate the
And,
heat.
and I fall. I hate when the clocks go back. That depression starts rearing its ugly head. I don't like it. And then it just gets worse and it gets darker and darker. And then it gets dark at like 4 o'clock.
I
It's
love
awful.
the dark.
I want to slap
I
her
know.
every time she
I'm the
says it. I just
person
want
that
to
doesn't
slap
even
her.
open up her freaking blinds to keep my house dark. I'm
It's
like, just
awful.
black out the world.
I
I
hate
do
it.
like summer. I don't hate summer. I do like parts of summer, but just
I
right
don't.
now it's so hot and it will not cool down and it's pissing me off. But I do like going for walks at night. I do like my kids just being able to play in the backyard and just be able, I do like that. By the end of winter, I'm done. Like I'm like, okay, I need spring to come and like get out of the house. Like I feel like we're trapped.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
but summer also has all the bugs. Okay, we can end. Sorry.
And the
And
humidity.
I do love, we're gonna call this the 4 seasons this episode. I do love the first snowfall. I do love a fresh snow.
Yes.
I love that. But then I
Oh,
hate when it gets dirty. Then I instantly hate it.
yeah.
We got a massive snowstorm. Do you probably remember, but we were like, it was like 3 or 4 days where everything was just down at like,
Yeah, and you guys don't normally get that much.
we don't normally get the snow. So
Colorado is really nice unless you're like up in the mountains or higher elevation. Like I said, in like February, January, we get like a chunk of time where it's really freezing cold. But for the most part, it snows, it melts a couple days later, you're good. Like we don't get like that Midwest, you're like snowed in, impacted snow where I live in Colorado.
I know we don't get like the tundra like Rachel gets. Oh my God.
Yeah, never.
Like
Nothing.
glaciers and shit.
crazy. Yeah.
Oh, and also another thing that happened is I finished the second draft of my book. And it is going to be going to an editor this week. So we'll see what that person says. Kind of terrifying, but exciting at the same time.
But it's so cool. What a
Yeah.
and it might be two
Kimmy,
books.
it's so cool.
We're all suggesting because
Yep.
it's
It
so
may be
long.
2 books. And I told the editor this, and then she goes, "Yeah, we'll see." And then I told her the word count. She goes, "Yep, I'll find a way to suggest 2 books."
And I'll double charge you. 2 books
Yeah,
for
she charges a flat rate, so it's actually a great deal. So hopefully,
It'd be interesting to see where she tells you should end it, like where she thinks it
I
should end.
know.
And
But I'm just afraid of her telling me to do things I don't want to do.
I think that's a fear of Kimmy's life is people telling her things she doesn't want to.
Yeah, I have an aversion to that. That's all. That's a Capricorn trait. Just learn that. I'm like, oh, I definitely have that one.
You know, we should do it. Like, I'm not a horoscope person or anything like that, but I do think it'd be fun to do an episode on our signs and talk
Yeah,
about
that would be
how
fun.
we do or do not relate to what they say.
Well, so it's funny because me and my husband are both Capricorns.
Which is
But
weird because I say usually you shouldn't marry your same person.
I am on the Sagittarius cusp because I'm literally Capricorn starts on December 22nd and my birthday's the 25th. And then Neil is January 12th. So he's on the whole other side. So we get separate. I mean, I'm not saying everything about horoscopes and astrology is true, but I'm saying some stuff is true. He is 1000% a Capricorn, every single trait he has. And I have like some of the traits, but not all of them. But it makes sense because I'm not on the same cusp. He's very much like because Capricorns will cut you right out, and I will also do that, but it takes me a long time to get there. It will take me a really long time to get there, but when I get to that point,
That's it.
I'm done, and I'll never go back. If you cross me, he'll cut you out a lot faster.
Back to the family drama. Just kidding.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight in our conversation, if you want to call it that. We all love fall, so we hope everyone's enjoying their pumpkin spice, getting ready for Halloween, decorating, get some apple cinnamon scents going on, and yeah, have a great week.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the Talk Like a Mother Parenting Autism podcast. If you are enjoying our podcast, make sure to rate and review us wherever you listen. And if you'd like to support us, you can become a subscriber. Just check out the description of this episode. Give us a follow on Facebook and Instagram for more content, and we'll see you next time.